Hi there, it's day 213, and today's topic is out of mind is out of sight, which is important for your decision. Now, we have to catch up today, so we're going to make several topics just to catch up for last week, where I hadn't enough voice to speak. So let's dive right in this topic. And there's a saying that we have here in Germany, and we say, what you're writing will remain. So many times we are thinking during the day when we catch up with something, we have an idea, we have a eureka moment, and then we don't write it down because maybe we don't have a pencil, something to write, maybe, and mostly of the time, as far as it concerns me, it's too boring. We don't want to take this important moment to write down because we will think, well, this important message is not something that we will forget. But as far as I can say, 90% of the time, yes, we are forgetting. If it is not something that really creates us pain or was a breakthrough, normally you will forget. Because what led there to this moment with your particular thought is not the same that will, with which we will be confronted during the remaining day. So how do you want to catch up again with the thought? Sometimes coming up again, maybe during the day, a few weeks, months later, but the important message is gone then. So it's important to write it down. And why is it important? Once, because it's, if it wouldn't be important, you wouldn't think like it. And it's important to create a habit that leads you to, having focus on what is important while making a decision. It's like, certain things that you have to take in concern while making a decision, and then you're just thinking about, let's say, this list, and you're thinking for a blink of a second, oh, I will remember. But when it comes to the decision, this 1 second, blink of a second, is out of sight, and you will not neither have the impulse of what is written on the list to take concern of, neither will you be ready to know what action to take. I want to remind you a series of topic that we had, I think, 2 months ago when we were speaking about the last mile. And while having, being so near to your goal, and it's just one more step, things can turn around in total different direction that you expected. And this is, excuse me, something similar here. So make it a habit to have a list with what is important to consider. There may be different lists concerning different topics, as you're not taking only one decision each day, but many decisions. And it's about the really important decisions to take. So to remind you how important this is, and if you think that you will think of it, as kids we played a game called that you had a tablet and you had put things on it, like 10 items, and you took a moment, just a minute, to look at these things, and then you had to remember what it was there. So you covered up, and then you have to remind how many items do you remember. And normally, if it comes big, you remember 5 items, although you were staring one moment at these 10 items. So how do you think you will remember something that may you have concerned once, but then you just remember with a blink of a moment, oh yeah, there was this list. Okay, yeah, I will remember it. And when it comes to action, the list is out of sight, and with it, it's also the important steps that is marked on it. But which steps if you never make this list? So it's about making a habit, writing it down. The more you write it down, the easier it gets, because then you will really have in your subconscious mind what to take concern of, because you have looked at them many times till it becomes a habit, and then you know exactly what to consider and how to take action if this happens or another case happens. So find out what is it that you need in order to remind it. Maybe it's something totally different, like wearing something on your body that only to remind you, I have to make this list, or I have to consider this and this and this. That mustn't have any connection, but you give the connection. And it's important for you to remember in those important moments where you have to take action, to consider everything that might be necessary for it. So good luck for it, and stay tuned till tomorrow. Bye-bye.